wait, I was already on the thing. And are we live? Anybody? Anybody? Da, da,
Wait,
da.
are we on?
Yes.
Yo! Yeah! Welcome back to
Now I
Wayward
can't hear you at all.
Knaves. This is a session re-zero. We're not a reboot. We're just like we're continuing. But oh my god, it's been so long since we waywarded. So yeah. For those who have waited this long, yay! It'll totally be worth it. It's probably not, but yeah, we got some new players coming back. We got old faces, but new players to Wayward Knaves. Let me just go around introduce. We got Alex right under me playing Zabji coming back, and then Corey playing Grit Grum, and then those are like our OG characters from the first chapter of Wayward Knaves. I think we had eight episodes on the Isle of Whispers, and I think we came to a conclusion of sorts. Maybe not all the way to the conclusion, but definitely like a big fight at the end with some. The guys have been tracking some shenanigans on the island. But let's go through the new players, please. Introduce yourselves. We'll go because I haven't memorized your characters yet. So go ahead and introduce yourselves and characters. Oh, and then we'll go back to Alex and Grit because that wasn't a really thorough introduction of yours either. So I guess all around. But go ahead, Josh. You were about to go. Go ahead.
Yeah, my character is Sunny Buckles, a halfling sorcerer magic user. I've not done one of those yet.
Yeah. Lacey, Daniel.
Hey, I'll go. My name's Lacey. I'm playing Riot Butterblossom, I don't remember. A fawn guardian, and my twin counterpart is not here this evening.
Foreshadowing.
Bum, bum, bum.
She told me,
So annoying.
yeah.
I'm
She
so
told me in the
sorry.
DMs like Steve and I are playing twins. I'm like, twins, eh? Would be such a shame if something were to, I don't know, happen to one of you in the bloodline. So.
Oh, geez. I just got a flashback from, what was that movie? The robot movie where the two brothers, why they get Jinx that killed, why they're still connected.
Oh God, yeah, good stuff.
You lost
Pacific Rim.
Pacific.
Me.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
very
yeah,
different
yeah.
reference that I thought you were making.
Nice.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, love that movie.
Sorry.
All right,
Let's go. Yeah.
and now Daniel, playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Daniel. I play Grim Squawkings, a human ranger, which I've never played a ranger before, so this is going to be all new to me.
Nice. And Corey or Alex? Grit, Zabji.
I am, as mentioned, Alex playing Zabji Kraki, the ribbit bard who inspires not through music but food.
And I am
You know what?
Corey.
That's like the truest version of you.
It really is, yeah.
I love that.
I must say my last name and dox myself. I will be portraying Grit Grum, the Ridgeborn Stone Dwarf, which is a mixed ancestry guardian. Let's put an asterisk on that because we'll see if he remains that, or if with the rules change and whatnot, we flip over to something else.
Yeah, we. Well, I wanted this, and we're all back now. I wanted to start the campaign again anyway, but also this is a good time because the physical books are shipping out, or they have shipped out. Now they're going very slowly for me.
In theory.
But in theory, yeah, allegedly they're shipped. So we'll see those soon, and yeah, very loosey goosey tonight. This is no combat or anything. No, we're just trying to regain our footing here, or I am, and kind of do a session 0 for the new people. So what to expect, and now it's cool because I have backup. It's not just me trying to sell the world. It's and then we have two people here who have experienced some time there. So yeah, so we'll dive in. Woo! Yay! Woo! Wayward Knaves! Woo! roll the credits. Okay, or not the credits, the title screen. So
That was it. Roll the credits.
not the credits. Yeah, that's it. Good night.
Excellent work, everyone.
That's all we have. Woohoo!
Mission accomplished.
Earn that craft services, which is whiskey.
And they are slowly drip feeding the, official mechanics out via the Darrington and Demiplane teams. So
Good.
we might know a little bit more before the 20th. But not a ton.
Hopefully nothing crazy. At least on the GM side changes. That's another thing. Like Daniel, we were just talking about how cool the Demiplane is for character building, and one of the things is I think they immerse you, or it makes it easier to immerse because every little decision is kind of like has a little story to it, and you put them all together, and it's just kind of makes it more interesting instead of just like numbers, even though it is numbers. But anyway, okay, Wayward Knaves. We are doing pirate stuff. So far, the guys have been on an island. Think Caribbean. Think tropics. Very humid, hot. Pirates of the Caribbean. Exactly the things that come to mind. Although they have been on a pretty strange island. What seemed, I think, innocuous at first. Not much more than just a wild, tropical island, but now it seems like there's some strange history from the ruins here. But anyway, without I don't want to do just a whole, start to finish what all's happened. That's a lot of exposition. But I'll kick it to actually Zabji and Grit if you guys want to. I know you want to maybe tell them about some of the flora and fauna that we've encountered in this place, or if we
Look
remember
back in here.
or maybe some of the colorful characters.
I remember that one. Giant mushrooms that are big enough for people to sit on, but they're edible.
There are.
There was a blinding fish, too. An eel.
There's frog-eating plants. There are the reverse moths that are carnivorous.
Yep.
Which are born as giant moths, and then after they fill themselves, they turn into a cocoon and then a giant caterpillar.
Yep.
It's as terrifying as it sounds. Drop wombats.
Drop wombats.
Also carnivorous. Towering bluewoods, which you don't normally find out here. Some of the terrain was weird. It was oddly almost stitched together. Pseudo dragonflies came up at one point.
Yes.
And the prismatic macaw that blinded us for a nice little 6 hours of bonding.
That was cool.
That had a lasting impact. So.
That was cool. Yeah. So on the monster side, I'm running a lot of pirate Borg monsters. It's a different system. And I'm kind of using ChatGPT to give them a Daggerheart stat block. And everything has been ratcheted up quite a bit for their level. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it's been pretty I'm not pulling punches. It's been pretty dangerous.
I mean, we are fighting things called necrotoads and deadpoles. Yeah.
Rockback Jack.
Deadpool is just a variant at this point. It's just
It's kind of nice though, because what I noticed when we were playing Daggerheart before was how it just felt really unbalanced, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that we'll actually have challenges, I guess.
Right. Or if that's what balance is, then I'm like, nah, I don't want that. I want something
Now,
crazy.
you did pick a guardian, so interesting to see how the rules change, but definitely what I've seen is the hardest to take down.
Pretty tough.
I wanted to play a guardian because I liked the kick thing. Because I'm playing a fawn, I really want to use that mechanic a lot.
Oh yeah.
Especially if we're gonna be combat on boats. I'm kicking everyone off the boat.
Smart.
Isn't guardian kind of like the protector? It should be the class that takes the most.
There is a protector kind of guardian subclass, but there's also
I think I'm going vengeance.
there's vengeance. That's what grit is. but the stalwart. That's the like more protecty one.
Oh, is guardian like the
Okay.
paladin?
What? No, that's a seraph. So that's what actually Grit might. Grit acquired a cloak of flying, and he already does a lot with black powder, so might move in that direction. But the guardian is more like unstoppable. Is kind of like a rage that
Oh,
you know
it's
you
like
get
the
some resistance, you
barbarian.
get some extra damage, yeah. And then with vengeance, you do a lot of kind of reactive damagey stuff too, or you can, I guess, depending on the.
There's a lot
card
of really
you pick.
interesting, like, I don't, like you said, I don't know how the mechanics will change, but there's a lot
Yeah.
of really interesting, like, I don't know if I'm mathing right, but, like, I could potentially do an absolute heckload of damage. Just, like, if I hit somebody, like, I can spend a hope and, like, add another d6, but then I get to add, like, 3d6s or some nonsense, just kicking people and, like, doubling that. It's like I could do like a crazy amount of damage, and I'm like, yes, I just want to kick people
Well,
off
it's
the
like
boat.
how much damage you do is like that doesn't like if it's a major like
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep,
wound
yep.
or whatever, right?
So yeah, once
so
once you get
I wanted
you
to
kind of get
maximize
diminishing
that.
returns if you get
Yeah.
really
if you
high.
really try and min max, like
Yeah.
you're kind of it discourages that for sure.
Yep.
A little bit, but I wanted to be able to like actually hit those thresholds because I felt like before, and I felt like before I just wasn't like maximizing those abilities to the best of their utility.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
now
I
you're
will say
maxing.
what we found out playing before is that definitely a lot of there's multiple different resources, and I think they're changing it up a little bit. I don't know how much, but like hope, stress, HP, armor, like kind of balancing out the usage of all those. Because like a guardian, you can take hope and make it into armor, and then you can take armor and make it into damage, and or there's various ways to kind of spend them all, and it's nice to have
I-
various options. Yeah.
I liked when I read it their approach to long rests and having to resource manage the whole thing of like I'm taking a lot of stress in this fight and I'm built to take a lot of armor, but I'm not taking damage or whatever. Like so you have to kind of figure out what
Yeah.
the sweet spot is.
Yeah, downtime being you get to pick. You can do the two things. You
Right.
can't do everything.
Yeah, there's no heal all, restore all. Oh, yes, please.
Yeah.
With no
So
cost.
it's
I
not
got
just
you.
like a button.
Even better.
I'm super stressed and super damaged. I can't heal both.
I was gonna say it is really it's kind of realistic. You can tend to your wounds and repair your armor, but leave all your stress because you spent that whole time working on fixing that stuff.
And sometimes stress is something that some of the classes will actually use. So that may not be a terrible thing, depending if that's something you're going to end up using for battles and other stuff later.
Yeah, I think pretty much everybody should have a use for every kind of resource, like hope, stress, both those two. And
I think so now. I think at one point there was like a character build that way it was the primary one, but like I think everybody like stress will trigger certain things, but I think it also has a negative impact. Like I think hope is like you get it and then you just use it, where I think stress you can use it and
it's
has
the other
a
way
negative
around. You
effect.
have it, and then if you use it, you don't recover it except with
It seems like
special stuff.
dealing stress would be less useful than like the least useful thing you could do with it, because like you do it against an expendable mob like who's gonna die anyway. Like how much stress can you deal to a mob for it to actually do anything?
Well, it does have an impact because they have to use it to activate stuff.
And I think once their stress is filled up, it starts to spill over to HP.
Oh yeah, that too. Very realistic.
Well,
once you're fully stressed, it starts taking away your health.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You could die by stress.
Which that's realistic.
Yeah. Because hope is one of the it's the resource you get, but there's no negative impact when you're using it or having it, where stress can actually impact you. Or the creatures themselves.
Well, maybe
the negative in hope is not having it to use.
There's
a balance of like having enough, and every class has a 3 hope, feature, I think it is.
And fear is negative for the players, but positive for the GM.
Yes. Yeah. So even when you're rolling well, if it is with fear, it's like, oh great, for both of us, and then it comes swings back around.
The halfling has, and like its ability is every session everybody in the whole party gets 3 hope to start. Or if you don't, like,
Yeah,
you just
session
get
based.
3 hope.
Kind of nice.
That's kind of amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Actually,
God, I feel like there was something that was a session-based thing that I had.
Yeah.
And it was real nice. 'Cause it's like every session, especially if we piddle around a little bit.
Yeah,
And that's what
Got it again.
my inspiration is per session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, because I played the flip over to another universe where Stacy was
Yes.
a wizard in Daggerheart. Yeah. And there was some wizardy thing that refreshed on series. I don't want to play a wizard again. I think it might be a guardian. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because I say that because the domains that Seraph gets include at least one that we don't have represented among the other characters yet.
Yeah. And like that's going to be the interesting thing with this, and I think that's how I like, or one of the attractive things to the system is the resource management. You guys were just talking about like the downtime sort of thing with it, but just in general, there seems to be between hope and stress and health and other things. So it's kind of forcing you to think a little harder and not be like, I hope that this roll works. Okay, well, I've got a lot of health. I'm okay. It's like, there's a lot more dangerous kind of thing, even though there's some simpler mechanics to understand it. So, yeah.
No, I read it wrong. It's just 1 hope for everyone. It's not 3.
It's still good.
3's hardcore.
Yeah.
Still really good.
All right, well, whatever. There's that. So on the screen, I'm sharing where we were last session. Really just to show the fear tracker and action tracker.
Rockback
Yeah, that's
was
cool.
there?
Now that we have this.
I
There
thought we had
were...
Rockback Jack.
I just used his token. There were 2,
Oh, okay.
similar brutes. So,
Too, Brute.
yeah, the action and fear tracker, we never had those. I actually made those after we took our break for Shadowed October. But we will, I think everybody has access to them. This is where we'll keep track of all the the fear and the action. So you'll like have a visual on screen. I think that's the best way to do it. I can.
Do I have access to that game?
Yeah, it seems fine.
Daniel, let me
Roll20
send it.
Yeah.
If I don't,
I think
Do you
that was
have
the
to,
request
like-
I had last time.
Do you set it as like the health of the thing to change the number?
there's different
It's a what is it called, Sean?
multi-sided choose
Yeah.
side.
Oh.
So it's basically like you're making a die, and then you
Cool.
upload the images yourself.
So I made little images in Photoshop, and then there's like 8, 11. What is it?
Wait, you had a different idea. Oh, I don't want to spoil it. Okay, never mind.
What?
Go back to side 1. Is it all the same background picture?
Choose one. The fear are the
okay.
the action. Oh, is it supposed to like get crazy?
You remember
Oh
we were talking
yeah.
about Kraken tentacles or something coming
Yeah,
out?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's like it gets more and more crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the closer to
Like
10.
at 10, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how many you can
Kraken.
actually accrue, but
But anyway,
Make
there's
the action tracker one where it's like a normal brain, and then there's like the expanded brain, and then the
Yeah.
galaxy brain.
or the Vince McMahon.
yes,
getting more
exactly.
brain. Oh wait, no, I did that. I had Vince McMahon at one point, but no, I was like, these are better. So yeah, this was actually where our story had just culminated. A small group, a small portion of the crew, woke up around a campfire and very inebriated or hungover and kind of were very shocked right from the get-go with the necrotoad. He was like the first thing they encountered, and there was this foe that was kind of Frankenstein together in very loose necrotic skin, and then they vanquished it, but when they did, it exploded and released hundreds of these little black ichor, very large and aggravated, aggressive tadpoles, which they later learned were called the deadpoles, and they are not new to the area. They on further investigation, they ended up in an ancient temple, and one of the levels, actually, no, that was cool. After you guys got blinded by the parrot, the psychedelic macaw, they had a lot of time, a lot of bonding time, like 6 hours of just like fumbling around and stumbling, and as they were trying to make their way around, I had them kind of feel out with their hands like the pictographs that were on these ancient ruins, and they learned that the necrotoads, the deadpoles are so old that the ancient ancestors of the villagers living here now, thought they were important enough to write about them and draw pictures. So, yeah. Do you guys want to recount do you remember any of the 4-level dungeon there, the temple? Any cool things stick out?
I remember that merfolk are friends, not food. And when treated kindly, will also maybe help you.
Yeah, you guys were very nice, so they were nice.
The giant crocodiles, and we got Zabji has the statue that makes the crocodiles kind of friendly, or at least stay away from us. The Lisa Frank tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which we haven't quite figured out what it does yet. I think
there's a Lisa Frank tattoo.
Yeah.
Zabji touched something, and I got a Lisa Frank toad and like raven skull tattoo on my arm that randomly appeared. We don't know what it does, but we're going with it.
I love that. I'm so jealous.
We got the Viserys treatment, but voluntarily, after we figured out what it was, as we kind of set off some traps where molten gold fell on us so that we could collect more gold.
Yeah. The first time it was like, oh no, but then I told them how much it was. They're like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
we did the math.
We are literally carrying as much gold as we are able to carry.
Yeah. Should we remind Sean of that?
No. You were supposed to walk out of there with tons. Yeah,
you can't have more. Oh, okay. Yeah.
They got brutalized.
Also, the Deadpoles were released into the ecosystem. Maybe might be a way to put it. Also, our crew is a not militant, but definitely very aggressive pet or animal rights activists
who are not very good at their job. We lack follow through, so we will release a bunch of animals, but not really care if they get back to where they're supposed to be.
Yes. Except for coin purse. If anything happens to coin purse, it's on. It's game over.
Like the hippos in Colombia, that could have been this crew.
We did witness the tadpoles. Also, at least one of them take over, subsume, inherit. I don't know. Not inherit, inhabit, like an eel or something else in the water.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's
it's like an alien situation, is brewing.
I can't wait to sail away from this island and never have any consequences from any of that. Yeah. Let's see. Talked about how some of the fauna and flora it didn't seem native.
Yeah, they even encountered like a different climate.
Then the Jalakunu.
Yeah.
They're so hidden, we haven't even talked about them much. Yeah. The Jalakunu are these, what are they, felines?
No, the rivets.
Look like lizards.
Rivets. The rivets. Okay. But they're like a secret order of assassins type thing that continued to show up just after or before a fight, but not actually do any fighting, despite being legendary assassins.
They're that good.
Yeah.
Assassins
Almost
don't
felt
fight.
a little used, but came out of it with a lot of gold, so, quid pro quo.
I found the AI art for the tattoo.
Oh, hell yeah. Yes.
Scrolled up far enough. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. There it is. Yep. Hey, Daniel, I don't think it matters if we get on the Roll20 game right now.
Oh my god, beautiful.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't have access to it at the moment, or whatever. So.
Oh,
Whenever-
Daniel, I think it's in the links tab on, or a links channel on Discord. It's like Roll20 game link. Is there?
I do not have
game
permission
links.
to view
I don't
the-
have permission into that channel, so
Let me go back.
That's awesome.
maybe if that was fit. No.
Let me go back.
But that's the whole point of this session.
Yeah, no, definitely low stakes. This is. Oh, okay, I see.
So I wasn't
And,
worried.
I do need to figure out like a connection or something. Like I don't have any connections with.
Oh, yeah.
anyone.
Yeah, those are good. I think those are staying somewhat similar based on one of the preview pages, which is nice because those are awesome little like
I just sent links.
connections.
Maybe this work. Yeah.
haven't-
So
I'm a nobody, so I have no connections.
connection. So we have I have a docket. I can update. I can pare down the words and just leave it kind of so you guys kind of have like a flip book of the crew and brief backstory, not backstory, just like a brief about me for each crew member of each of the officers. So the way this is set up so far, it's been really just D&D so far. I was just trying to learn the Daggerheart system and the pirate Borg elements, but we were about to actually do pirate stuff on the seas. So shit, my brain just stopped. The system, blah blah blah. What was it?
Character connections.
Connections. Oh, so yeah, the way it's set up is you guys are just under like the major, like the officers of the Don Key. It's a brigadier class ship. I think. Man, I need to blow the dust off everything. The boat you're on, the ship you're on, is very impressive. The captain is renowned. Wherever you go, it's a God, what was his name? Jesus Christ! I'm gonna have a better intro next time. Don't worry. But basically, you guys are kind of if anybody knows like Star Trek Lower Decks situation, like it's a series about like not the main characters like you're used to, like the captain and the number 2 and the doctor, but more so like the grunts. And so that's kind of where I wanted you guys positioned is on a cool boat, but like you're not the captain, like you have a captain. So, but at the same time, like
a red shirt.
yeah, it's just a bunch of red shirts. But at the same time, like I'm not running the thing. I'm not like it's Sean's not running it. You guys still make all the decisions. It's just in the context of you do have a captain and there's a crew and everything, and you're it's a big crew. So
Sounds like we might need to mutiny and take over the. I mean.
So up to this point, the small group has fought mostly just like crazy monsters here. No like foes really, and then I think the chieftain's daughter ended up being like a Judas. Like she turned on, right? I think she sold out her people, and she was trying to bring back the Deadpoles. She's a Deadpole witch.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
and she seduced your friend Karnath. Karnath. Oh shit! Something scale.
He's the
boatswain. The one of the lower level
bosun.
officers that you guys are friends with. So yeah, that's who. That's when we retconned, no, we didn't retcon. We just remembered. That's how they ended up on the island. Was Karnath wanted to get drunk, and he told them it was a white lie. He just wanted to go out and party. He said there was this crazy stuff they could take on this island, but really he was there. He thought that this woman, his love interest, told her that she was in trouble, and that was a lie. And she ended up taking his seed and mixing it with Deadpool magic, basically, and creating the thing that came to fight the guys in the beginning, the Necrotoad. It's gross. So.
Well, that's horrifying.
Pretty gross.
Yeah.
Anyway, so and then the ultimate the last battle we had here in the village center was right after they had just defeated one of her henchmen in the wrecked ships. His name was Rockback Jack, and he fought with like a chained anchor. It was brutal. I think Zabji almost died, or did die, or he came back.
I think he was
hit 0.
Nice.
Yeah, he did roll a. Didn't you crit and come back?
Yes. Yeah. I crit to come back.
Nice. And Grit, have you been even close to 0 yet, or no?
Yeah, I have, because I distinctly remember one of my features is that if I'm at 1 hit point, my armor's doubled.
Ooh.
And I very distinctly remember being at that point at least once, if not twice.
Nice.
So if Grit, well, we haven't talked about in a long time the whole death thing, but Grit's also a Doomseeker. He's great shame and dishonor for something in the past, and he's been seeking his doom, but in a good way, not just any old doom. So
no, it's
if it comes to death, he's
exciting
going out
doom.
productive.
blazing. Yeah.
If you
And yeah, we had
die
a
and
buddy
we don't play
Portel,
Blaze of
too.
Glory by Bon Jovi, it's gonna be a real disservice.
So yeah, Rana Hopkicks was the turncoat, and she was the betrayer. As I believe she made an exit before, or did we stop like mid battle?
We literally came in.
Yeah, we arrived to the battle.
Oh, nice. And it hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hadn't happened
cool.
yet.
Okay, so
I think actually, like you were describing, maybe some other people coming from the other side or something, and that's where we.
Oh wow. Okay. Good. Okay. Good. So nothing's happened yet. Nice. I think. Do we remember how we were able to track back to the village, or that was just like the last obvious place?
We had the map.
Oh right.
And the map did show their villages on it. And we also did we end up taking one of the little boats? Or did we walk?
I think you walked because you went through the forest.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, we walked because I think at one point we.
Yeah, because we would have had to go far around, and we wanted to explore a little bit up north.
Someone got thrown up into the air really high, and we could see.
Yes.
That's how we.
When we were launched out of the Deadpool temple.
Oh yeah.
The frog, yes. Necrotoad temple.
I forgot. Yeah. So in the last battle of the temple, they fought several swarms of the Deadpoles, right? Was there also a Necrotoad there? Or
Probably. I think the Necrotoad turned into a swarm at one point.
Right.
Might have exploded into swarms.
And I think it was one of y'all's moves, like some or Christian. I think
I panicked and stabbed him with my chef knife.
Yeah.
Yes, Zabji has been the most lethal member of the party. I very distinctly remember
I keep
that.
trying not to kill people, and I keep killing people.
The knives are so sharp.
I'm supposed to be the backup support guy. I'm not supposed. I don't want to be the.
He keeps like critting on knife attacks, which that definitely big, delicious and dungeon vibes. Yeah.
Great series. Great manga.
It's a great series.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the next
Josh got me onto it, and I'm like almost through the first season.
The manga is really good too.
Yeah. But yeah, Zabji knows exactly where to cut, just based on taking apart monsters.
Butcher, yeah.
Gotta know how to break down your prime cuts.
Yep.
I have been interested to see what being a like spellcaster is like, because it seems like you're not constantly casting spells. You actually have to do a little bit of regular attacks.
Yeah. Well, you get like weapons that are, regular. Like your staff just does damage. And based on your
some of them have like a
mental
bar
stats.
damage and it's like magic damage.
Yeah.
Sorry, just looking at the pictures.
But yeah, you get the nice thing is that some of them.
Oh yeah.
Well, it depends on the spell or whatever you're trying to do. The domain card, that's the word I'm looking for. But you might have several different options in one spell.
Yeah, I guess I have one domain card that gives you 3 spells.
Yeah, pretty nice.
One of the details on the outside of the temple was all the people in the carvings were like ribbits, but like a very primitive form, like a more more muscular, more
ribbit Neanderthals.
Yeah, ribbit Neanderthals. There we go. Cave ribbits. Cave ribbits. And much like
Ribitus and Neanderthalis.
For sure. And definitely, yeah, some alien like imagery made its way in my head because I was picturing just like the eggs with the aliens, like the carvings of them, not necessarily worshiping, but definitely putting some kind of attention toward the dead pole, the image of the dead pole. So, what else? They entered. I think the first room was like a series. Yeah, it's like a pattern they had to walk.
There was. Oh yeah, underneath the floor is like was it snakes?
Hive vines.
Like a cart or vines.
Yeah, like sentient evil vines. Not sentient, but just evil. So yeah, every time they had to stay on the path, or if they stepped off, I think it automatically broke and then exposed them to the hive vines, and they would creep up and attack.
Yeah.
And then I think it was gold, and then there was like gold lily pads, fresh like green looking lily pads, and then copper.
Yeah, I don't remember what. I do remember that there was the gold that poured out of the ceiling, and then also the magic tattoo.
Yep.
That were given out.
I don't think anybody went the copper route. It was going to be, I think, just bees.
Oh yeah, I think I briefly went over there to check it out.
You did?
And the wall was, yeah. It was like bat poop or something.
Oh, it was bat shit. Okay, I thought it was going to be bees or bats or something. That was going to fly out of the wall. Anyway, but yeah. Anyway, and the whole time they were walking this path, there were skeletons firing guns at them. So it's a good time. And let's see. After the first level of the temple, I think it was the
2.
Mud?
Yeah. 2 was where there were spaced apart things that we had to cross, and then there were ribbits, not mermaids, in the water.
That's right.
And
Ribbits. And like
dire crocodiles.
Yeah. Dire crocodiles, and then I think the crew spotted some shiny treasure over here with a kind of a very shiny figurine placed on top, and Zabji was able to whip his ribbit tongue over there and successfully yoinked that. And without giving too much away, yeah, it does seem like every time the crocodiles are supposed to attack, especially Zabji, now they get indifferent and they do not want to attack anymore. And what
Ribbits
else?
and their tongue stealing things.
Oh, and in the mudroom. Oh yeah.
Love it.
Common. Yep, the mudroom.
The mudroom. So
Okay, I don't remember that guy's voice. Do you? Do you remember what his voice sounded like?
Yeah, I think we maybe need to hear it.
Well, now I don't remember.
Like,
No,
that
what did I
would
do?
really jog. It was
Are we gonna get
Memory.
canceled for this? Come on.
I don't remember.
that Fern Gully voice, right?
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Oh, I distinctly remember it. I just want you to do it.
Oh, it's rather nice. Boiling sludge, acid rain. Yeah.
I really need you to fix your mic so we can hear that.
Oh,
Highest
fuck.
quality.
I know that's okay. We need a reprise of that after your mic gets fixed for sure.
I mean, the mud did come out. The roof broke there and went down into the lower chamber, and then eventually, I think that all flushed out. So,
Yep.
who knows where Mud Boy is? You know,
That's right. I
My
think,
boy.
it was also kicking our booty quite
Who-
thoroughly.
right.
Like,
Who was the
I thought we were
character
gonna
who
die
got
there.
punched up
I
through
think
the
he's-
ceiling?
I think he's the guy that killed me.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, Rockback Jack also killed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or took you out.
I maybe died a few times.
So
I got my
Daniel,
kick rocked.
Daniel, Lacey, Josh, this is the level where they had like this mud being, who they couldn't land, like they could land punches on, but it didn't do anything. It just like he was just mud.
Yeah, we
And-
stick to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at one point he does like extendo arm like Luffy style and punches. Who was it? Was it Christian's character that he punched like
Yeah,
up
I got
through?
punched down, and I think Zabji got punched up.
Somebody
through
got
the
punched
ceiling.
up through like the first floor ceiling, through that ceiling, up through the top of the temple and out, and then I think that's when y'all saw the donkey in the bay, and then they were ripped back down, boom, 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 and I'm like rolling d6s, like boom, boom. That was fun. And then they ended up breaking the
Wait,
floor
just
of this room.
in an anime or like?
I mean,
I know
big One
that'd be
Piece
awesome.
vibes on some of this.
Yeah, obviously.
A
I was
straw
just
hat
being
DM over there.
facetious.
That was cool. So yeah, by the time they ended up making it to the fourth room, they got punched down there, and the whole time it was like flooding like mud from the previous room of the dungeon while they're fighting these Deadpools. So that was fun.
Yeah. Also, see at the bottom that we were dragging a turtle around
Oh,
the
right,
entire
yeah.
time.
Jeremy's character's corpse.
It was
just-
like brainwashed or something. Yeah.
Yep.
Very off.
Go. Yeah, and it culminated in a bunch of Deadpools.
Yeah.
So. Do. So anyway,
Swarm of toads.
yeah. Deadpool.
It was toadifying.
Oh, now we're on with the puns.
So.
Coin Purse was down there helping us out.
Oh yeah, Coin Purse.
Coin Purse was ripping up toads.
What? Okay, so who's this queen?
So Coin Purse
Oh.
is a cat. He is the ship's cat. He's a
Oh.
chief
Excuse me,
morale
he is
officer.
a vice admiral.
The vice admiral.
Um,
Coin Purse.
I think he's the chief morale officer as well.
Yep.
The
Chief
Yeah,
Ratter
that, yeah.
officer.
and morale officer.
He might be the first mate, but I could be wrong.
May have more pull than the first mate.
I love him.
So beloved by the whole crew, and that was actually what the first clue that they got was to chase him, and that's what led them on their path.
We found a trail of destruction from a non-native animal.
Oh, that's right.
Hmm.
We followed it.
Catpers, there was no big bad in the fourth room. It was Catpers fighting the Deadpools, and then you guys trying to make your way to
Yeah.
Catpers.
It was a save situation, not
Yeah.
a kill situation.
Yeah. And then everybody got flushed out, and the
better
merrivets
stakes.
helped you.
Yeah.
Dope. Now I'm getting excited. I'm like, oh yeah, this is
Yeah.
fun.
And then after we flew out, we went to the ship graveyard.
yes, we hop
Not-
back over
or-
there.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, they were flushed out into. Actually, before that, it was into this like the bay, and you encountered some coral and some different animals, and then you finally made it to the shipyard, where you found encountered a ghost. Actually,
We made friends with the ghost,
made friends with a ghost,
and then he gave us a reward.
That's right.
Somebody got a ring from him, didn't they?
sounds right.
Saji or Todd?
I don't have a ring, but I have something called an oar staff.
Yeah, I think we just talked to him. We became friends.
Yeah, he was cool. He wasn't aggressive.
Yeah. And then there was something else. Oh, we saw the dead pools and the dead poles in the water.
Yeah.
We also saw some wolverines, the sheepfish.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Can't forget those.
Wolverines.
Wolverines.
Wow.
Sheepfish.
Yeah,
Dug
you
way
can
too
tell
deep for
what
that one.
movie they were very excited about.
Yeah, you can tell when we left off last summer.
By current events and pop culture references, you can tell what time of year it was.
Can't wait to make a Hunt for Red October reference later.
Yeah, right.
Oh Lord.
Really mess up the dating.
There was that brief run when Sex and the City came back, and that was all we were talking about.
All these horse-headed creatures are around.
Such a
Oh, that's
Miranda.
mean. I'm sure she's a nice lady.
You don't know. She could be awful.
That's true. That's true. I just like to give people the benefit of the doubt, We're now a gossip stream.
Gossip stream.
I
You
have
have
a,
silly accents. I have to know.
What do you think?
I continuously changed Grit's voice, and I remember that the only thing I didn't do was a pirate voice, because he
Oh,
was
perfect,
from the
okay.
mountains, and not actually a native sailor.
Oh,
I
okay.
kind
But I don't
of flip
remember
back
what.
and forth between a few different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to land on something.
but
Okay.
Alex, you're doing like a frog inflection too. Like
I am trying to
yeah.
do like a kind of like a hey guys.
like
I
a
thought your voice
croaking.
Oh my
just broke
God.
like that normally.
I
Yeah,
love
like I'm
excited.
trying to go.
Hey.
Wow.
Grit
Like
might have
just
been a little
I'm
gritty,
little
but
frog, you know. Ah.
Grit sounded
Grit's my
like
go-to. I like that a lot.
Channing
I'm
Tatum.
just curious. I
doing
gotta
Gambit.
know. I gotta know what I'm like. what
Grit
I'm
about to
standing up
make a name
against
for himself.
with-
No, Grit,
'cause I do
Grit's
love
a
the
dwarf,
silly
but he's
accent. So
a stone dwarf, so nothing
I thought
dwarfish.
you were going for Cajun with Grit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but I didn't completely
okay.
go all in on
Hayden
it. Yeah.
Dwarf.
Cajun dwarf.
I'm gonna do a like a Boston because he's Sonny Knuckles, It's like,
I love it.
My character just sounds American. He's based off of somebody who really doesn't have a Hughes accent or anything. So.
Oh yeah, what's your
Although I do want to.
Human Ranger? Sorry, yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Human Ranger. I'm based off of if you didn't get tell by Jim Hawkins from Treasure Planet, which doesn't have.
Oh hell yeah,
doesn't
there we
have
go.
A crazy accent sort of thing or
You
whatever.
don't need an
Uncle
accent.
Jay Fox, man.
Yeah.
And Todd Marley was, you know what he sounded
Oh
like.
yeah.
That was our.
All right, man.
Yarby.
Yeah, Pirate
Good.
Bob Marley.
Because
The
you
pirate.
said, yeah, it was like we're a bunch of space pirates. I'm like, I know exactly what movie I'm gonna start.
Oh no, space
referencing.
pirate. No space. Just pirates.
Just pirates,
Oh yeah,
but still,
yeah.
That's the
still
other.
fantasy pirate
Spelljammer.
stuff. Yeah. No, but
I
still,
promise
don't
not to
pirate.
draw. I promise not to force space onto this campaign like I did the last one. Like,
Well, it was that or Hook too.
Yeah,
Like,
but-
you could do some
ooh,
stuff.
Hook.
I mean,
Hook fucks.
Treasure Planet.
Treasure Planet's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, it's still very piratey though. That's
Oh yeah.
It is. It is. That was like the first thing that came in my head. About
Treasure
it.
Planet's what I think of a lot of Spelljammery. Kind of
That's
stuff.
exactly
Yeah.
right. But like even just pirate stuff in general, like that's where it kind of came from.
It was Martin
Is it-
Short.
Yeah.
ah.
But it was funny is that movie bombed in the box office. Like that didn't do very well anywhere. But like everybody
Bad
knows
marketing.
about it. It's a cult classic. Like
Oh yeah.
Wait,
All
are you
these
think-
people.
Who's
Liliana. Oh, Liliana patched y'all up.
Oh yeah, that was it. She did the Ritual of DM Fiat to give us.
More so just to
Yeah.
show how much more powerful she is. But yes, also that. So actually, I think a good natural entry to this for the new characters is simply they didn't go on that drunk bender. That's it. everything else is the same. So literally, they've been crewmates for years. We don't have to worry about meeting each other because you've already known each other for years. So literally, it could just be Grit, Zabji, and Todd were out. It'd be like, where the hell y'all been? And then you have now, the new players, new characters have shown up with the rest of the crew, chasing them, like wondering where they are, and you've come to help. So I think when we jump back in, we can pretty much start there. I'll rearrange the battle scene and give us a proper intro. And but does anyone mind with that? I mean, we are kind of in a good spot to be like, fuck it, let's roll dice.
Connections, like getting
those.
No, I think that's perfect.
Connections.
Formalized.
I'd kind of want to see what some of the other like crew members are, so we can come up with maybe a connection with one of them.
For sure.
Those of you that don't know, that the characters have like prompts of connection questions.
Yeah.
About other characters. And they're unique by class, I think.
And you guys do too. Zabji, don't you guys have connections, right?
Oh, yeah, we put ours in the chat. Like, we pasted
theirs are in the chat.
Our existing ones.
Oh, nice.
Like, I have 2 connections to Zabji.
Oh,
and
nice.
I could always change, one.
Yeah.
I know that he was part of a famous pirate crew. That doesn't have to be a lie that I believe.
No, it is.
And then Tortel, exists.
But I thought y'all had yes, for the characters, but I thought you had each a officer connection, right? Or like,
like who we
who we
like kind of
report to.
what part of the crew we gravitated
like
towards.
Zabji's with the cook, what's his name, and then you're studying under Grit's under
if I go to the Knaves
was
in
it
the
Kuneth?
mateys, no, the NPC locker, there it is. Grit, who's the
Quentin Ripple is the
the Master
cook.
at Arms? No?
Is Quentin Ripple is the salty chef.
Yes.
He's my boss. He does not like that I try to change the menu and serve things other than like
they're always arguing. Yeah.
Yes. He hits me with the ladle quite often.
Sean, is there a cartographer on the crew?
Yeah, let me find. So
There's a
that's
sailing master.
Zanari.
He's
So
probably
that's
a navigator.
Grit. That's who you're under. You're Zanari Darktide. Let me download it. The navigator, right?
The navigator? Oh yeah.
I think so. Oh God, no, I didn't want
Oh wait,
that.
Grit was distinctly not good at ship stuff, so I was thinking the Master at Arms, whoever would be leading like boarding parties.
Good God. Let me fix
Stuff
this.
that's not
There we go.
because he's distinctly not a good pirate or a good sailor.
Trying to get off the boat.
All right, let me make some notes.
Yeah, because I don't know what to put in for the connection.
Although we did get a little blessing from the Mer rivets as well, that allowed us to not breathe water but hold our breaths longer, I think.
Hold your breath longer.
And then also just be a little more buoyant.
Swim speed, double your swim
like
speed.
A water affinity or something, but yeah. So Grit's kind of like a pumice, just chilling.
Alex, if it's okay to you, I would say that my character would have, so like in general, because of just my character and who they are, they're not like super like kind of keep to themselves aside from their twin. But in general, I would think that like because we're kind of from a nomadic tribe, I'm always trying to recreate like the dishes from like, my heritage. So I'm always like trying to like toss ingredients your way.
Yes.
Like, see if you can
absolutely.
like recreate stuff. If that might be a fun connection between us.
Love that.
Do you want to be in the kitchen? Do you want to work in the kitchen? Under
ask
Quentin
for
Ripple? Are you like part of it, or are you just
Yeah,
like?
you can't ask me that. I'm the diversity hire.
No, I mean like.
Wow.
Hashtag cancel.
Wow.
I'm a big strong guy. Like I'm like a butch lesbian. I think I would be like a rigger, if anything.
What do the kids say these days? A dommy mommy? Is
So-
that the...
PE.
I'm a Tommy
or-
mommy. I would be.
Oh no.
I'd be like a rigger or like climbing up the rigging and like pulling on the sails and shit. If
That-
I'm doing anything.
That is I got you.
Yeah, there's a sailing. It's one of the
Terry.
primate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Terry Brightspark. He's a little monkey
Such a
guy.
Great name. You've got
Terry
all these
Bright
fantasy
Sparks,
names,
my,
and you've
like-
got Terry.
This is your
You know
boss.
Me and Terry can be homies.
Yeah.
Here,
Terry
There you go.
Brightspark, that's amazing.
Terry
He's right by
Brightspark.
Yeah, and if I'm
Philly
doing anything,
Accountant.
that's what I would be
It's,
doing.
So he's the rope monkey, the main guy. I have a document somewhere.
Sailing Master.
Sailing master, yeah, something like that. Yes,
I'll
I'll
the
get.
other servers. Yeah, it has all those pictures. Yeah.
I think like anytime you see like
yeah.
a Disney cartoon and they're like, "Man the sails, hoist the rigging," like I'm the guy frantically in the background going like ah and like grabbing like ropes and shit.
Yep. So that's him. That's Terry.
Cool. And Terry.
The most important officer in there.
Josh, I'm looking. Cartographer, surgeon, quartermaster, master at arms. There's a master at arms.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Brom?
I think the
Brom.
closest thing we have to the cartographer would be the navigator.
Navigator, probably.
Yeah.
Probably navigator.
I also probably annoy the master gunner a lot because I want to bump black powder, but also learn to shoot cannons and stuff.
Wait a second. Did you say you bump black powder?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do. But also bum is
Oh.
what I was gonna say. Like take it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
So
You know
yes,
what?
and
Yeah,
yes.
Grit,
Zero
Grit's,
judgment.
Grit,
this is Fantasyland.
yeah,
Grit's
Grit's
hardcore.
awesome. Yeah, he basically snorts black powder for his, powers.
Witness me.
Rock and roll, honestly.
Blatant powder mage ripoff, but yeah.
Okay, cool. So I got notes.
Due to his rock dwarf anatomy, he can, ingest it.
So
Kind of funny, actually.
does Grit want to have? So do you want to have a different mentor and let Josh have the Zanari?
Oh, Josh, yeah. I don't know how I ended up with the navigator. Maybe it was just because.
No idea.
Oh, I know what it is. As a, what's the background? Ridgeborn, which is like mountain ranges. I have really good knowledge on traversing like harsh environments and survival knowledge. So that's probably how I glom to that.
So that's fine
But
if we want
I
to.
don't need to.
Yeah, I was thinking because there's so many, I could develop some kind of like where you guys have one-on-one interactions with your mentors. For whatever reason that might come
Yeah,
up.
no, I like
There's
I
Master
like
at Arms,
sword.
Gunner, Armor,
Saritha?
Saritha.
Greenfin.
Yeah, Saritha.
There's an I in there somewhere.
I think so. Saritha Greenfin.
Yeah.
She had ties to. Oh, she's actually a princess or something, and left her
Oh.
throne or something like that. Anyway.
But I totally get her and Zabji confused all the time.
Did you say that Terry Brightspark is taken?
Terry Brightspark,
Sorry.
sailing
Yeah.
master.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's right.
it's the rope. Yeah.
Yeah, Lacey's got.
I'm a rope guy. Sorry.
Here, I'm copying the other ones over if that's okay, Sean.
Well, oh yeah, please. And then Josh, I was
Format it.
thinking. I mean, the navigator, the tiefling guy, Zanari Darktide. If that's what you want to do. I mean, if you were leaning cartographer, whatever,
Yeah, that makes sense.
he would be the guy.
Does
So
Conrad still have one hand?
he's the one who I think in his backstory he conjures like a compass above the crew, above the deck, so everyone can see. It just like stays there. Anyway, but yeah, we'll get into all that.
Karnath's hand got eaten.
He what? What?
That guy ate Karnath's hand.
Oh, that's right.
Rockback Jack.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
Who's a terrifying giant, like street shark esque abomination that we killed.
That's a perfect description. I didn't think of that, but
Definitely
that's
almost
perfect.
killed us though.
He,
I'm glad everybody gets a street shark reference.
yeah, he had like an Undertaker vibe. What was it? He was wearing actually like an Undertaker cloak, but it was stitched out of like his
Victims. He definitely was
heads
eating people.
or something. I don't know. So it was. Yeah, I don't avoid gore and like so I get into it.
I at least had 2 of those little street shark toys where you'd squeeze
Loved,
them and
loved them as a kid. Yeah.
Didn't I think Vin
I love the
Diesel?
whale
That's
shark
like
one.
That's like some of his first early sort of things is like Street Sharks were some of the first things he did ads or whatever for.
Nice.
Ooh, The Rock.
Vin Diesel.
Oh, it was Vin Diesel, not Dwayne Johnson. Yeah. Anybody watch the animated Ducks, Mighty Ducks as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where they were actual aliens.
Powers. Yeah.
That like entire backstory. I think that's one of the reasons I'm a Ducks fan now. Also, my wife being from there, but yeah.
You can just say that's the reason you married her.
Yep, exactly.
Gives you the excuse to be a Ducks fan.
Dude,
Like, honey,
do I have to
we
wear
have
the
to
Wild
root
Wing
for them.
mask again?
I
Yes,
have
back
to
on.
support you, okay? I have to.
Lacey, what's your character's name again?
Riot Butter Blossom.
Riot. I like Riot.
RYOT because I'm annoying.
You'll be paired with Terry, Josh, Sunny. Paired
I know a
with
child named Riot.
Ari,
And
Daniel.
I think it's like
that way?
RYA or something.
Oh, I didn't spell it RYAT because that's a character in a naughty book. So I was like, I don't want that.
Daniel, what's your character's
Uh-oh.
name again?
Mine, Grim Squawkings.
Grim. And of like, are you familiar basically with like in general like ship positions and officers and whatever? There's like the
Some of it, I'll have to brush up on a few of the
Yeah.
things. But
I mean, me too, for sure. I didn't like bad. I wasn't even like super ready back when we were in this, and now I'm like, oh, super fucked. So
yeah. But because I'm heavily basing a lot of it off of that treasure planet sort of thing. So like, he's seaborn, so he's been around
nice.
a lot of this kind of stuff. So, but like, he's also kind of young. He's been itching for that adventure type. He's been stuck in one area, and that's not like he just wants to get out and see the world and everything. So he's worked a bunch of odd jobs. So he could like be in a little bit of everything. He could be the chef. He could be the person that like mops the decks. He gets the crappy jobs or whatever that no one else wants to do. But he becomes like the handyman sort of thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably might glom onto like the bosun or the first
Karnath.
mate.
Karnath
Like
or
somebody who's all rounder and in charge of a lot of things.
Yeah, just kind of like
Let's
What does the
do
bosun actually do?
let's do
Ship's
Karnath.
officer in charge of the deck
in charge of
department and its
equipment.
crew. Okay.
So yeah, that makes sense. Bosun. So that okay, cool. So that'll be interesting because they have been with Karnath almost this whole time. He was, at least they've been on the island the whole time with Karnath, and he's been missing from your character. So that would be cool. Like,
so who's the connection with?
So your friends and your mentor have been missing. His name's Karnath Blackscale.
It's the dragon.
Yeah, he's like the golden
What are they called?
dragonborn.
Are they dragonborn? What are they called in?
Draconic.
So
Draken?
do I need to put that anywhere specifically in the sheet? Because I see connection, but like it's just a bunch of
More so for me. I'm just taking notes over here, and I'll send a write up before we play. For everybody.
no, that works. Cool.
So I got Alex, Jenny, I got everybody but Steve, but we're good.
I think
here.
another good thing to talk about would be people's experiences.
Yes. Let's get into that. So experiences in Daggerheart are literally memories and experiences that you can make mechanics add to your. I think what is it? You spend a hope and you can add your experience to some roll or whatever.
I have 3 under mine that I have here. So I got like Soul Surfer, Streetwise, and Swashbuckler were the 3 that I ended up with.
Yeah, it's a word or phrase used to encapsulate a specific set of skills your character might have because of the exciting life they've lived.
Yeah.
So,
So it's kind of a roll to persuade the DM kind of situation, like unless it's super obvious. Like, oh boy, can anybody think of a example?
I mean, Grit's Doomseeker. Like, if I go into a situation where there's a higher chance of death, but I don't know.
Yeah, I have an experience called Hop to It. So, like, one, I'm a frog. So, if we're doing something that involves jumping, I can, swing that. But also, I'm like the sous chef, so I get yelled at to do stuff all the time. So I'm pretty quick to like grab something or do something else. So like, try to sell it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did one that's just explore, like anything that has to do with like adventuring or finding new places.
Yeah, I have secondhand because I'm like a traveler, kind of like I scrounge stuff. So if I'm looking for something.
Sorry. I think, is it stress or is it hope? Well, either way, you have to spend a resource to like get your bonus from it too. So
I believe it's a hope.
yeah. Oh yeah, utilizing experience. Yep. Yeah, I went really overly specific with one of mine. One with the very small rocks. I don't even know what I was thinking in that instance. Maybe in terms of like, oh, because Grit does the thing where he picks up dirt or sand and runs it, through his hand and lets it fall. Maybe sniffs or tastes it.
Gladiator style.
To like track things, figure out what's around, reset his mind before a battle, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Because I did some of the theming stuff, but like Swashbuckler for like
they've got a whole list of examples that are pretty good.
Yeah, the daring, like doing the acrobatics or
like
sword play stuff, and then Solar Surfer was just kind of really cool that they had that in there too. But that's for like the agile and the movements and things that work on that for certain things. And then I chose Streetwise because that also really kind of fit with the character. But that's for like navigating certain areas, more like urban kind of stuff, but like also information gathering or like being able to like read people and stuff too. Yeah. So all that kind of like seemed to fit the character I was going with too, and it was really kind of cool to see those. Yeah.
Has everybody played Daggerheart? Has anybody experienced combat? Not Daniel.
I think Daniel has.
Yeah,
just Daniel.
Yeah. No, I've seen a couple of YouTube videos and stuff, but I haven't like been in it myself.
You won't feel like out of place at all. It's just instead of knowing exactly when you're gonna go, it's just kind of feeling it out.
You're just listening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was the kind of thing. So instead of, it's less turn based,
more like vibe based. It's more like, oh, it'd be sick right now.
Well, they changed the name of the release. That's one of the things they've talked about, is that it's the spotlight.
Yeah.
It's like somebody spotlighted, whoever's acting. But,
yeah, because like he's on fire. Like if somebody's like, oh shit, rolling well, it's like, oh god, here, I don't know. It's things naturally swing.
Considering my experiences with rolling, I don't know if I'm not rolling well in a lot of these.
I do like that though, because it's not just pass or fail like D&D. Here, there's some complexity to it.
Yeah, and that was one of the kind of things with that too. It was like, even if you fail, you still get some sort of resource, or somebody does.
Yeah. Or I do, at least.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's no like crit fail. Like even if you roll snake eyes on it, they call it a success.
No, that's a crit. Yeah, crit success. Yeah. And if any double of anything, which is funny because every time it's a 1, we all freak out for half a second. Then it's like, oh wait, no, that's good.
I think that'll be the biggest change. But once I like sit there and observe, and I could go back and find some combat examples, or like there's live plays somewhere on YouTube I can go through and all that. But like as I go through and like learn, or sit there and watch you guys, I'll get used to it.
Lacey,
I'll figure out my vibe.
As far as there's a button in the game in Roll20 once everybody's in that it's just duality test, and then it gives you advantage, regular, disadvantage. And then you add your modifier, and then
the modifier. Wow, the modifier stuff too. Like when we talk about modifiers, is that coming out of like your finesse or your instinct and ability? Is that where, so we'll use something that says, okay, well, use your finesse. So it's like
the sheet's pretty good at it too.
Yeah,
like it'll say, like my weapon that I'm holding is, it's a strength,
and a plus
or
2
agility,
or something.
and I have a plus 3 on it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to
And
go
I-
into
yeah,
am I
just- I know that
proficient?
I
Am
have
I
plus 3.
Yeah, there's none of that. It's very straightforward. The numbers are smaller as far as modifiers.
Mm-hmm.
I won't
I
say
think there's more
damage is smaller.
dice
Damage is pretty big.
sometimes.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
less, like,
because I
modifiers.
chose. Yeah, I chose a couple of different. Like I got a short bow in there, but a rapier.
Mhm.
Rapier is another one. I chose that one too because like it's got a cool quick feature thing with it. So I can mark a stress to do more, like tag another additional target in range, which I thought was kind of cool as we're going through with that. But
And unless they changed it, the rolls that you're rolling against, the adversaries have like one number. Am I right about that, Sean? Like it's kind of like AC slash, like anything you're rolling, you're trying to beat that one number.
Yeah.
I think it's just a difficulty class, right?
Yeah, it's just like a.
It's been so long. I need to see a stat block.
So like instead of make a strength save or whatever.
yeah. No, this is gonna be interesting with like the
Right.
turn-based sort of thing in the combat. On there. So I can't wait to kind of like see how that works. But like as we go into combat and I see you guys work with it, and I'll go watch some stuff. It shouldn't be super. I don't think Daggard's really going to be super hard to kind of figure out.
It's seamless. It's pretty seamless.
Yeah, it seems like it's pretty easy. They've kind of simplified because like in other RPGs or TTRPGs, I was talking about Die RPG earlier. They simplify a lot of the combat and the rolling too, right? Where you don't have to roll so many amount of die or dice in order to get things going. There's no so many crazy modifiers or anything like that. So that's kind of what sounds like what Daggerart's done is just like you get 1 or 2 dice to kind of roll depending on what you're doing and stuff. And like in Die RPG, each character or class is tied to 1 die specifically. That becomes your modifier for everything, and then you get like D6s for like some of the damage and stuff, and that's it.
But yeah, Corey, there's a difficulty, and that's AC, that's everything tied up into one. So for whether you're rolling to save or to hit, that's it. And then it's really basic on the monster side with stuff.
Yeah, that was the thing I was going to ask too, because like I've got a 0 armor kind of thing, but I've got a 12 evasion. Kind of thing, which I think works with my character.
That's another like, safe harbor, because I think armor is changing. But right now, what armor does is you actually spend it to reduce damage.
Yeah, that's what I was reading too. It's not like, and it becomes a thing you have to kind of like manage too. Like you got to like repair it or
when you hedge your bets.
Yeah, because it's not like it's always gonna be there, sort of thing. Is that the same sort of thing with like weapons too? Because if they're doing that with armor, or weapons have a durability sort of thing with that too? Or like...
No, as far as I'm aware, there's no
I don't
like
think
weapon
so.
durability.
We haven't.
Okay. Because if armor worked kind of like that, which makes sense, because it seems like it's like the item is there to attach that and you get whatever abilities come with it. But armor is a mechanic. It's just something you're granted depending on the equipment.
Well, the weapons, it's generally you can do something, but it's like you'll need to use a stress usually to activate an additional feature of it.
Yeah. And so that was kind of like the thing too. So like, I guess it just depends on like how, for example, if I bring out my short bow and everything and just kind of utilize the mechanics on the range and stuff with that, but like, then can I switch into a different weapon during combat too, or is there like restrictions on that? So like, if I'm currently
if you click
engaged
on where it says active weapons, there's burden. That's what I'm thinking of. Sorry, I'm trying to read through. burden. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't say it.
Does anyone have any questions?
I thought it was like an action to change it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because I can only equip one item at a, or one weapon at a time.
Were you asking, Sean?
Oh no, it's just if anyone had any like questions story wise or anything. I will send like a per character message for just like a not a preamble, primer.
Primer.
Do Zabji and I get to keep our sweet loot?
Primer.
I mean, our pre-order bonuses.
Yes, all that's nothing changes. Everything's canon. And then we'll make up the rest. And then
everything's canon until we say so.
That's right.
I have Jack's barb chain. I have wings of flying, which if I do become a seraph, that's just part of it. So that would be fine.
Very loosey-goosey. I'm with character build. Anytime anybody wants to make a change, totally okay. If you're not vibing, if whatever's not working, totally okay. I think the tone will kind of work itself out. It's kind of silly, but also pretty brutal and some serious parts. So I don't know. It's just more. It's less goofy than I've been in the past. So
sometimes you need the goofy to
the balance.
balance it out. Yeah.
Also, like if you're going for 100% goofy, it's exhausting. So, but yeah, I want to have a very relaxed pace to this. Like even everything down to I used to get stressed about artwork and doing the right mid journey and having everything perfect, and it's like it's exhausting, and it kills my computer anyway and crashes half the time. So I'm like, screw it. We'll just share the screen. Here we go. Good enough. Faces on the right, thing on the left. We're good. It's happening.
Theater, the mind, and all that.
Some of us have kids that are budding artists. Maybe we could outsource some of the art to them.
There we go. That's fine.
Oh.
So we'll do all that, and it'll still look cool, like on the little maps and stuff. But like as far as like I would have our feeds positioned in OBS, like specifically, and in the character art next to the little face. I'm like, it's
and
it's
the character art
exhausting.
had like animations.
Yeah.
Can I request some
CPU
very
uses
small tweaks to
97%.
my character art that will definitely.
I would
be
like
easy
to add a
do.
few more wrinkles
Yeah.
here.
Everything had to be moving. Even our lower thirds had like the waves moving in the background. Way overkill. No one cares.
Well, the issue is you just didn't delegate. You were doing it all your own. If you had a team of people to do it.
Sure. I'll divide my zero income to
Rick keeps one of those. You know what a punk is? Like the
yeah.
thing used to light
Fireworks?
stuff in his mouth.
Yeah.
So if the tip of that could glow red and smoke, that'd be
For
great.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thanks.
Yeah. Other than that, we'll call it. I'm getting tired, but yeah, y'all be thinking about pirate shit. What the new characters,
Arg.
what little things
can
have y'all
figure
been up to on the big ship while these clowns have been, drinking away and partying?
Yeah, and maybe like throughout this week, and everything, I'll ask questions like some of the story stuff that you guys gone through.
Yeah.
They're trying to acclimate a little bit more.
Sean, do you remember how many days? Like we woke up and I think we spent at least a night or two. Like this wasn't one full day.
No, this is. I thought I had a counter somewhere.
Yeah. Like we woke up and fought.
Oh yeah.
And we're pretty
I
bad
love
off to
fighting
begin with.
early in the morning
Yeah.
before
was.
coffee.
And
And then I want to say at some point in the west we had a
I think it's 2 sleeps.
rest before we got to the temple.
It was the base of the cliff. You made camp before you scaled it, which was wild. That was wild. I did not expect you to make that, and they did.
I
Scaling
think-
the cliff.
Yeah,
Oh well, yeah. I'm a guy who is from
Yeah.
mountains.
I just made it mechanically like extremely difficult, and they still did it. I was trying to say like no, don't do it, and they did it. So.
I think the biggest thing. So like okay, like we're coming on, and like have we the new characters like such as me? Have we always been on the ship?
Yes.
What is the goal that we're going after this whole thing? Like why are we on the island? Like why?
You are just chasing your crewmates. You don't know yet. You don't know why.
Well, okay, so we don't know. So
Right.
we've been on the ship. They've been out doing their
Right.
thing. So like
you guys were at
they went
port.
out.
You were in between missions. You know, spending
Yeah,
your money,
yeah.
having a good time in Port City, and all of a sudden it's time to go back
Okay,
to work.
okay.
You can't find your friends. So it's like, what the hell?
Cool.
Yeah.
That helps because then I could be like, well, I've never really been out from home.
Yeah.
Very
And your
long,
boss is
whatever.
one of them too. So you're like extra, like, oh shit, my friends are gone, my boss is gone. Like, what
Yeah.
if
If I want to get paid, I better find.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's
I'll have
missing
to
a
watch
hand,
Pirates
has
of the
some
Caribbean.
serious PTSD at this point.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
Okay.
watch a bunch of pirate movies until.
Yeah,
then.
fuck
Pirates of
yeah,
the
everybody.
Caribbean, Treasure Planet,
A little bit of One
I've got,
Piece.
Treasure Island. Yeah.
So Josh,
I've got two connections, Sean.
Yeah.
So one of mine is going to be, why do you trust me so deeply? Is the question, and I want the person I have that connection to be with Vice Admiral Coin Purrs.
Is it why you trust him, or why does he trust you so deeply?
Well, it's why does he trust me so deeply?
Right. Yeah. Because you give him snacks. Like he only trusts you as far as the food is available.
And then Daniel, with your character, since you're more of like a rangery type, and I'm my character's a wander-born or whatever, so like wander around a lot. I want to see if we can do one where it is, why do we keep our shared past a secret?
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
The Isle
We
of
can talk about that if
Epstein's.
you gotta-
Yeah, we'll just message in Discord.
Yeah. Because I've got a bunch of questions. Like that was the big thing with this. This is a new thing for me. Is like these kind of connections, which I don't hate, but like
No, it's
what
cool.
friendly competition do we have? Is one of my questions. Why do you act differently around people? Why do you keep an eye out when you're worried about people? So like I'll have to kind of go through.
Yeah.
And, but that'll be something.
It's
we'll
cool that
work
it's not
out.
like the same generic questions for everybody. Like each
Right.
class gets its
Yeah.
own kind of question.
I like that a lot.
I don't know if it's just the class. I think it's also kind of like your backstory thing you pick out. It's kind of like it
Yeah.
mixes up a little bit because like some of
Oh, yeah.
my background questions are like your first kill almost killed you too. What was it? What part
Nice.
of you was never the same after that kind of thing. So like there's some of that kind of stuff that plays into it, and that's like your character's personality. I like that was one of the other bigger kind of things is D&D Beyond doesn't do that. You kind of just have to make up stuff. This gives you prompts to be like,
Yeah.
hey, why did your character screw it up?
Which prompts even more. Like it gives you a
Yeah.
good foundation, and it sparks even more. You're like, ooh, and then what else? Why
Yeah.
are they this way?
Yeah, and then the connections, like Joshua was talking about, the connections with other characters. Like, you get a question, and it's like, okay, why do you trust this character more? Which one of you? I trust the cat more. Like, you get to pick and choose, and it's like, okay, cool, but why? So, like, now I got to go, like, explore the rest of your guys' character sheets, and you're like, okay, which one of us does this question match, and then why? And you build a story off of that. So, like what Joshua was talking about, the shared story. Now we can work together to build something very cool that may be a big plot point later down the road, or like how we interact with each other and stuff like. So, I think that's really, really cool. Something I haven't seen in another RPG system before, or TTRPG system. So,
Yes.
Well, I'll send you that
yeah.
question.
Yeah, and then we'll work through it for the
Yeah.
week, and then I'll do the same. I'll reach out to people on the Discords.
Yeah.
Stuff.
And I'll get the brief bio. They all have like full bios. I went overboard, but I'll get you like a small one. So cool.
When's the guide to this world being published?
Oh my! This world, like mine. Jeez.
20th.
Just kidding. The setting guide. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
2028. We gotta.
2020.
It gives me a little bit of time.
Man, we're gonna get GTA 6 before the setting.
I already feel behind.
We got Oblivion remaster before.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I need to get that. That's cheap.
Don't even get me started about that.
Are you not into the Oblivion stuff?
Oh, time to cut the stream.
It's not that I'm.
Oh yeah.
It's not. No, I'm thrilled. I love. The problem is, I love.
Well, hold on.
I love
Let's
it
kill
so
the pirates.
much,
Hold on.
but where the heck is my next game? Okay. Anyway.
So,
No, that's fair. No, that's.
Oh yeah,
I think
Sky
that's fair.
Oblivion.
They did
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Elder
that's
Scrolls Online instead.
Yeah, yeah, that's where that went. It's the same thing with where's
That's
the next
where-
Fallout? Like, come on, like. It's...
The monkey's
so
paw
upsetting.
curls and a mobile Elder
Todd
Scrolls
Howard?
game introduced.
It's nice. No, this is cool. This is gonna be cool to kind of work.
I would
Hey,
definitely
Sean,
not put that past.
did we ever talk about any sort of deities
not yet.
or, you know, religions of the world or pantheons or anything?
We have
Do pirates
not.
believe in that?
Lots of pirates pray.
Some of
you know,
those
we got
sailors do,
Calypso
certainly.
and
For sure.
Lots of other
Very superstitious.
Okay.
Yeah.
deities.
Yeah, like mermaids, don't go near them. The Kraken.
Yeah. We'll build it. I mean, there's a lot of we're gonna
yeah.
follow a lot of
Davy
the,
Jones locker.
Yeah, we're gonna follow a lot
Yeah,
of the
only, I might message you, or maybe I'll just make something up. But you know,
exactly.
Yeah,
depending
yeah,
on
yeah.
A lot of the
No, I
background
think,
questions around some of the other things are very like God related. So
Yeah,
I'll
let's
go through
build.
A bunch of
Let's
those
build them.
questions in there. Yeah, no, I like that. I'll throw a bunch of the questions and ideas out and list for the connections. I think it's going to be probably the next challenge, just to kind of get things going that we all agree on. But after that, it's going to be a lot of fun to play through it.
Do we think we'll be ready for session? I guess it'll be technically
25.
9 for a real session next time.
Yeah, or at least I will.
do you
When is
know
next
if-
time?
Are the rules shared? Like, can you share them on Demiplane somehow? Might have to
I'll find a way.
sync up on
I
that.
know there was a
'Cause
way.
that would be the only thing is figuring out like, okay, do we have to rebuild or change anything with rule updates?
Well,
That-
without
That
even.
comes out Tuesday though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Thursday. Yeah.
Cool.
Just whatever you had, whatever Demiplane is like letting you do, I guess. That's the most updated we could do anyway. We can't like force Demiplane to change or whatever.
True. Oh yeah, I don't know what they're gonna have on there. It's gonna be like
Exactly. Like, are they going to draw? Is there like an update waiting for the 20th, or I don't know.
good point.
Hopefully,
And they seem like they're very
pretty on top of it.
connected.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, well, okay. We'll just
Yeah.
try. We'll jump in.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
So
Yeah,
thanks for
we'll-
watching.
we'll
We'll close the stream now. Wayward Knaves, piracy. Woo!
Bye.
High seas
Yarr.
hijinks. Woo! Woo!